Hey all, welcome to October 2019's Pickups video. Got a few things to show you, so let's get started. So one of the Wii U games I picked up this month is Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. Now I already have this game in digital format. I got it as some sort of promotion. I forget if it was when I bought the Wii U or if I bought a game, came with a free download. I don't remember. But because of the fact that it's a digital only version, I wanted to make sure that I had a physical copy of it because of the fact that at some point Nintendo will shut down the eShop, and in the event I have to reset my Wii U, I will lose that game. Or at least now I have it, for at least as long as an optical disc will last. I have a few other digital games I'm going to try to find physical copies for, but I wanted to start with this first. The next thing I want to show you that I picked up is Rock Band for the Wii. Apparently I didn't own this copy, so I do have two, and I do have three and a few others. And if you've seen any of my previous pickups videos, you know that I'm a fan of these rhythm games. So I picked this up. Pretty sure that the reason I didn't have this is because of the fact that it was kind of a more limited version of the game compared to the Xbox 360 and the PS4, or PS3, sorry. And that's because of the fact that this version could not have DLC on it, meaning you could not download additional songs. It did not have any online capabilities or anything like that. Now, they did release these things called track packs, which were basically mini versions of this game. They'd have, 10 songs or whatever on them, whatever was popular at the time. So, I think that's why I didn't have this one, but I've got it now. Next thing I want to show off is not necessarily a retro game or computer purchase, but I picked up some of these multi-use labels, and this is mainly just so that I can try and reprint some of these game cartridge labels because some of them are not in great shape. If you saw my September pickups video, you'll see the large amount of Atari cartridges I acquired, some of which need new labels. And if you saw the previous pickups video, then you know some of the Sega games I had also had some bad labels, so I want to reprint them, hopefully, and get them in better shape. The next thing I wanted to show off is this Link's Awakening poster. This is to commemorate the release of the game on the Switch. Really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool and it was a good price, so I picked it up. So another pickup from eBay, because, can never have too many of these, is going to be for something that I went over in my September pickups video, something that I probably need in order to review it, and that is, if I can get this thing open, it's packaged pretty well, so that's good, and that is a TI-99 game called TI Invaders. It's basically a clone of Space Invaders for the TI-99. Not really much to the artwork on these games, but what can you expect? However, this one also came with a manual, which is really awesome, and this one does have some artwork. So again, you can see it kind of just looks like Space Invaders. Real basic controls, keyboard controls, joystick controls, shows you how to run it, how to take care of it, just like any other game cartridge, warranty, stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't have any games or software or anything that came with the TI-99, so I wanted to pick at least something up just in case I needed it for the review. So there's that. And then the next item that I got is another eBay auction that I won from actually a previous seller that I won a TI-99 game from. And this is related in a way in that it's a programming book for TI-99, and it's in pretty darn good shape. Some fingerprints, but of course there are. It shows you how to program everything and how to create games and stuff like that. This will probably be featured more in depth in the TI-99 video. And for this next item, I'm not going to tell you, I'm just going to open the box and show you guys, because that's the whole point. So here we have I'm assuming this is... Actually, I don't know what this... Oh, this is the RF modulator. Okay. So there's that. There's also a mouse. Audio cables, got tons of those. Power supply, which is kind of large, but it's not very heavy, which is surprising, considering that it should be a little heavier, but that's okay. We'll take a look at that. So there's that, and then finally we can get into the main attraction. Let's put this down here for now. Actually, let's move this stuff over. Hopefully I don't have any more audio issues or video issues or anything like that. Protected the keyboard with cardboard. That's nice. I like that. Attention to detail. And here it is. A little yellowed, but it's not bad. It's relatively clean. The different ports, joystick 1 and 2, right and left audio, disk drive, a serial port, parallel port, power, RGB video, and monochrome video. Now, using this RF modulator would then allow you to either use an RF out, using RF adapter like from your NES or Genesis or anything like that, or you can use composite audio and video out. That would be the yellow and then either red or white, though I'm not sure why Commodore didn't color code those, but whatever. But there's also the RGB video out, which this would let you connect it to an RGB monitor, a Commodore one, or one that's compatible with the right cables. Let's see. Wow, okay, so this you can definitely tell yellowed. The expansion card cover. On this side here, you can see a couple of the mods that were done. Pretty sure, I'll have to check for sure, but I'm pretty certain that one of these is going to be one of these is a what the heck am I trying to say? Well, one of them is going to be a mod for memory, so you can switch between normal memory and fast memory. Not sure if I got the terminology 100% correct. It's my first Amiga. And the other one is so you can switch between two different Kickstart ROMs. But I'll have to verify that. I saw some of the pictures, and from the auction, I'll post them later on in an official Amiga video. I just wanted to go over this really quick. Down here you have the RAM slot, which I'm not quite sure how you open this up. More than likely a screwdriver pops it open. Doesn't look like, or maybe there used to be a clip that broke. I'll have to figure that out, but more than likely that's how you would do it. And that's really it for now. Like I said, if you want to find out more, subscribe, and you'll get and hit the little bell icon so you get notified of future videos, and you will then eventually see a full video covering this Amiga and a little bit of the history behind Amiga 500, maybe a little bit more. We'll see. I just wanted to get this on camera real quick. So, all right, guys. Next, we have a couple of packages from Amazon. Some of these might not be channel related. I don't remember exactly what's in these, but I know most of these things should be. I guess we'll find out together. I can always edit out anything that is irrelevant. Go with the smaller box first. Oh, that's right. It's an orange paint marker. Specifically, a very, 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 very close orange color to that on the Atari 2600. If you saw my September pickups video, then you know I got a large lot of Atari 2600 games and the system. And there were parts of the system that the orange started to fade away. And looking online, people said that this is probably one of the closest colors to it. So I'm going to use this to restore it, and that will be part of the future Atari 2600 video. For those that want to know where I got this, obviously Amazon is the, let's see if I can get it to focus or not, 300S Orange, and it is by Deco Color. And next we have this larger box, which, well, let's just take a look. Why not? I'll try to open it off camera here. Alrighty, and we've got high temperature masking tape, and this is used for in soldering projects and any application where you actually have to have tape that isn't going to melt easily and it's not electrically conductive. Next we have a Hyperkin Retron HD. I'm going to see what's inside, and I guess we'll do it together. Let's take a look. Oop, looks like a little bit of this slipped up. That's fine. So their version of the NES controller, the console itself, some sort of, why is this the retro? Yeah, see here, it's spelled capital R, lowercase ETRO, and then capital N. So I'm assuming it's Retro N HD. So it needs a 5-volt 1-amp adapter or higher. Does it not? Oh, it does come with one. So my guess is that's probably for Europe, because in Europe a lot of manufacturers don't give out USB chargers anymore because everyone's got one, it seems, or 2 or 4 or what have you. So just standard USB power adapter, you know, whatever, nothing fancy. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. There. Look at the controller. It's similarly designed to the NES controller, except it's got Hyperkin's little signature beveled edges. It does make it a little more comfortable than the NES controller, because you don't have the corners kind of jamming into your hands or anything. So it looks very similar to an NES controller in terms of the buttons. D-pad's okay, start selector okay. The A and B buttons seem a little, I don't know, loose to me. I'll have to compare it with one of the NES Classic controllers maybe. What else we got here? Standard AV cables, because, yeah. And HDMI cable. Where's the... Oh, and also a USB cable for charging. So, and then HDMI cable, I've got a ton of those, but of course we all want to see this guy right here. Now they have 3 different colors. This one was like 20-some bucks only. The other ones went for a little bit more, and so I figured I'd just pick this up. Now what's interesting about the front here is the controller ports and the font used and everything are almost identical to the NES. A little glossier, but not a big deal. But they definitely took a lot of inspiration from it. Cartridge connector. Now this will only play by default NES games. They will not play Famicom games. Someone reminded me in the comments at a previous video that they could have sworn they heard me say Famicom, and more than likely that is the case. Famicom, short for family computer. You need an adapter for that. So, but you've got micro USB port for charging, HDMI output, standard AV output for those old school TVs, and then a switch to switch between 4:3 mode and 16:9, and that's basically the aspect ratio, whether it's widescreen or not. And if I remember, oh, and on the bottom, I can even switch between NTSC and PAL, so I can play American games and I can play European games. So that's kind of cool too. But yeah, so that's basic unboxing of the Retro N HD. For the next item is a fairly large box, and I know what's in here. I want to show you guys what's in here. I haven't opened it yet, so I might need to be careful about how I actually display it in case there's any shipping information inside, invoices, things like that. Maybe a couple of edits, but we'll see. I will say this seller definitely knows how to use tape. Oh, more packing peanuts. But that's fine because it is definitely packaged well, so hopefully there's no damage. Another quick edit. Okay, this should be the last item before the actual item, so... And if you can tell by the profile, you probably know what this is, but we're gonna keep looking anyway. There it is. It is a Mac Plus. This is not the original Mac. This is the third in this series, I believe. Third or fourth, because you had the original Mac, which was then renamed the Mac 128 because they had another Mac that came out that was that had 512 kilobytes of memory. And then this is the Mac Plus, which I believe came with 1 meg and it supported up to 4 megs. Now, this did not come with the keyboard or mouse, unfortunately. Those are kind of hard to come by, to be honest, in good shape. And when you do come across them, the keyboard alone can go for 40, 50, 60 bucks or more. I did win in an auction a mouse, and it's allegedly brand new, which is nice. I still need to get the keyboard for this particular model. Now, what's unique about this model is that it did not use the ADB ports. Those have not been quote-unquote invented yet. This was using a form of serial mouse, and the keyboard plugs into the front using a RJ11 jack, which is the kind of phone jack you have on your phone. Note though, if you were to ever damage the keyboard cord, you cannot just use a standard phone cord. It is not wired the same way. You're going to end up frying the keyboard, the Mac, or both. But this is it. Mac Plus got 1 meg in there. No idea if there were any upgrades inside or not. I'll have to tear it apart during the official video for this and take a look, but more than likely there's going to be a leaked battery, leaked capacitors, you know, something this old. Who knows? It is severely yellowed. I don't know if that's showing up here. I don't really have the best of lighting, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do a retro bright and I'll explain what that is in the video. All right, next item. And some of you are probably going to be able to figure out what's in here already just based on its size. But for those of you who can't, let's take a look and see what's inside here. All right, so yeah, obviously without even taking out this foam piece that's protecting the front, you can pretty much tell what this is. Some of you are probably saying, wait, didn't you just unbox one of these like a few seconds ago or whatever? And you are somewhat incorrect. This is the Mac SE. This is not the Mac Plus. This is the replacement for the Mac Plus. Although during that time frame, the Mac Plus was still being sold. In fact, it was the longest selling Mac until the 2013 Mac Pro, I believe. I have to verify that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read. So, but what's nice about this Mac here, this particular one, is it's got a few more modern conveniences. It does retain the higher density floppy disk that the Mac Plus has, but it also has an internal hard drive, providing this one works and nothing was done with it. The other changes between this and the Mac Plus is that it no longer has a traditional serial type port mouse. I forget the exact name of the port, but instead they started using the ADB bus for both keyboard and mouse, which was kind of nice because it made it a little bit more universal. A lot more Macs had that capability, and as such it's a little bit easier to find accessories for it, such as a keyboard and mouse. The Mac Plus, as I mentioned, I was able to order a mouse. Still looking for a keyboard at a decent price. For the Plus, I was able to get a ADB keyboard pretty affordably, allegedly new, or at the very least it's in good shape. Just need to get an ADB mouse. Now on a Mac, a mouse is a little bit more important than the keyboard just to get it working, but you kind of need both anyway. So this will be featured in a future video as well. I don't know if I'm going to do a separate video on the Mac Plus and the Mac SE, or if I'm going to do a combined video, maybe like an overall history, and then I can at least show off a couple of them. We'll see. And on to the next item. Okay, the next two items came in on the same day, and they're related to the two Macs that were just shown off. This one here appears to be an original Apple service part that I was able to pick up for a pretty good price. And that is an original mouse for the Mac Plus 128K and 512K. It was billed as a new old stock, and all things considered, it's probably brand new. I mean, I don't see any yellowing, which means that it was definitely kept in the box. So they're ball style mice. Let's see. Clean. Let me see if I can get a better focus. It's clean. The rollers inside are clean, so this is definitely a new mouse, and it was actually less than the price of a used mouse, and obviously in much better shape too. So this would be a great addition to my collection, on top of the fact that I needed one. I still need to find a keyboard. I don't think I'll be as lucky to find a brand new one like this, but it is what it is. It was damaged during shipping, so hopefully everything is intact inside. How do I open this? However, this one was also billed as new old stock, and unless this person did a really good job cleaning, it is brand new. No yellowing or anything. Now, this isn't the keyboard that originally came with the Mac SE and newer. I believe this would have come with one of the newer generation Macs that had the 68,000 processor in them, probably like a LC or something like that. This is one of the first keyboards. It's an Apple design keyboard. One of the first keyboards that got away from mechanical switches and started using a rubber silicon membrane. So not quite as durable, but you know what? A brand new keyboard for an old computer that I have to refurbish and repair. I'll take it. So that's that. And that's pretty much everything I picked up in October. Is there anything that interested you guys? Go ahead and leave a comment below. Maybe we can start a discussion about it. If you liked today's video, please hit the thumbs up and feel free to subscribe. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down, but please leave a comment below as to what you didn't like about it, and I can try to use that to make improvements for future videos. Thanks all, and I'll catch you later.